In this video, we're going to talk about the importance of nature and the importance of coming back to nature as a solution for almost all of your problems, all of your challenges, and all of your growth opportunities. So this isn't some hippy-dippy concept of go in nature, man. Maybe it's a little bit of that. But when it comes to our growth as men, our personal growth, what are we looking for? We're looking for more peace. We're looking for more happiness. We're looking for more confidence, right? That's why we do personal growth. And to achieve these things, peace, happiness, and confidence, the answer often involves coming back to nature. One of the things which modern society has brainwashed us on, and so many men and women make a mistake on, is personal growth, personal transformation. Becoming a better man, becoming the best man you can be, means learning new things, acquiring new knowledge, reading new books, picking up new skills. And of course, those are all great things. Those are great things for developing competence. And competence is very important as a man. If you want to attract women, if you want to get promotions at work, build businesses, have great social networks, you must have competence. But when it comes to resolving your challenges, the things that are blocking you, getting in your way, maybe they might be health challenges. They might be challenges where you're not stepping forward into something like public speaking or sales because you're shy or you have self-doubt, right? It might be challenges with women, being able to date women, being able to date quality women. It might be challenges with business growth, closing the sales, etc. Whenever you have challenges, the answer is always coming back to nature. When we work against the flow of nature, we tend to hit ourselves against a wall. We tend to make mistakes. We tend to be overwhelmed, overloaded, hold tension in our bodies. But when we work in the flow of nature, with nature, what God's design was for us, what our natural human design is, then we have the wind behind our back. Then we have the sail on the sailboat gliding us forward. Abundance comes, success comes, growth comes, meeting our goals come from aligning with nature, allowing ourselves to align our human biology with the nature we were born to connect with. So when I say nature, do I just mean going out into the trees and sitting on a bench and taking in the oxygen like I'm doing right now? Sure, that's part of it. But when I say nature, it can mean a variety of things, man. For you to optimize yourself in peace, in happiness, and confidence, it comes from connecting with nature in all the ways you possibly can. One example is simply what I'm doing right now. Sitting in nature, taking in oxygen, looking at the trees, listening to the birds. You can probably hear them in the background. That's one way of connecting with nature. What about the food I eat? Coming back to nature is choosing to eat things like meats, fruits, vegetables, nuts, things that come from nature, that comes from the design of Earth, right? The original natural design, instead of processed, handmade foods such as breads, cheeses, all kinds of frozen foods, fast foods, desserts, cakes, ice creams, etc., right? All these things are handmade. All these things are human-made. So I'm sure a lot of you watching this, because you're into personal growth, I'm sure you know that healthy food is good for you and unhealthy food is bad for you. But have you ever made the connection that instead of doing a fad diet like keto, paleo is pretty good because it aligns you with nature, calorie deficits, Atkins, whatever, you just eat natural. You take in things that are made by nature, like I said, fruits, veggies, and nuts, and meats, of course. And you stay away from processed foods, handmade foods, foods with chemicals, foods that are synthetic. And that's all you need to do in terms of your diet. If you have that lifestyle shift, if you align with nature, you will get healthier. You will lose weight. you will have better mental clarity. You will have more vitality, more energy. So when it comes to eating food, coming back to nature makes you feel better, optimizes your physiology, optimizes your inner system, and eating synthetically takes away, creates tension, it creates pressure. It takes your inner system out of synchronicity. So food is one example. Another example of being connected with nature is your mind. You might say, Carl, how is that connecting with nature? But when your mind operates in its natural rhythms, that's when you have focus. That's when you have calm. That's when you have clarity. So if you meditate, why do people meditate? They meditate to bring their mind back to its natural rhythms. Scientifically, it's your brainwave states. Beta brainwave states are a state of stress. Alpha brainwave states are a state of relaxation and creativity. Theta brainwave states are subconscious, accessing your subconscious. And delta brainwave states are deep sleep. So when you're able to get your mind right, get away from all the mind wandering into an empty mind, a calm mind, a mind at ease, you're then shifting your brainwave states from beta to alpha to possibly theta, and when you sleep to delta. And what you do is you get your mind in its natural rhythms, especially when you live life in alpha state, that's calm, relaxed, and creativity, instead of beta state, which is high stress, moving, thinking a lot. When your mind is in alpha or theta, which is the subconscious, when you access your subconscious, it's where you're awake and asleep at the same time. When you're in theta is when your body restores. It's when you heal illnesses. It's when you heal wounds. It's when you get healthy. It's when you get calm, relaxed, and clear in your mind. So coming back to the natural brainwave states, which are alpha and theta, and away from the synthetic brainwave states, which are beta. Beta has been created by a stressful life, working a lot of hours, looking at the screen a lot, making a lot of tough decisions, having stress in your dating life or your relationship life, having stress at work, that brings you into beta. So just like the food, just like the nature around me, you can think in a natural way or in a synthetic way. Same goes with feelings. Another one. If you feel in a natural way, you're constantly processing feelings. Your emotions are coming in, you're feeling them, you're processing them, they're going out. You encounter something, whether it's at work, maybe it's with a woman, maybe it's with your family, with your friends. You feel something, you feel angry, you feel frustrated, you feel love, you feel excitement. You feel it, you sense it, you process it, you let it go, you let it flow away. That's your natural state of emotions. Your synthetic state is you feel it, you hold on to it, you don't want to feel your feelings, so you don't express it, and you let it sit and you let it fester, and it turns to negative feelings, turns to negative thoughts. It might even turn to physical illness. And that's because the synthetic state of emotions these days is people suppressing emotions, not feeling their emotions, not being emotionally intelligent. The same goes with intuition and spiritual connection. And I'll put those two things together. Our natural state is to be connected with the trees around us, the air around us, the energy around us, and God. And when I say the word God, I don't mean in a religious sense. I mean the nature, the energy, the spirit around us. When I'm connected with God, all of a sudden I have a higher intelligence, right? Deeper wisdom, higher level of thinking. And when disconnected from spirituality, it leads to an internal closure, more toxic habits, more addictions, more autopilot, more inner suffering, more inner woundedness, right? So just like the nature around me, just like food, the mind and emotions, even spiritually, when you're connected to nature, your natural spirit, the natural God, you thrive, you optimize, you succeed, you're the better version of yourself, you're smarter, you're more connected, you speak your truth. And when you're synthetic, in the case of spirituality, when you're disconnected from spirit, when you're disconnected from your spiritual nature, you end up becoming someone who might be depressed, who might be acting out with toxic habits, who might be making bad decisions and following addictions and not in alignment with your higher self. Let's talk about more. What's the natural state of your heart? The natural state of your heart is to be open, to be optimistic, to be loving, to be caring, to have gratitude. But when we have wounds from our childhood, from maybe the college days and our social relationships and social dynamics in school and in college, and when we have wounding from intimate relationships, what do? The first thing we do is we close our hearts due to that wounding. When we close our hearts, we might act out of spite, negativity, jealousy, resentment, right? And what does that do? That just makes your life worse. But when you're able to open your heart to that natural state of optimism and gratitude, good things come into your life, right? Another area where we can be in our natural state, which really helps us, and if we're in a synthetic state, it really harms us, is our breathing patterns. When we breathe in our natural state, which is breathing through the nose and into the belly, making the diaphragm, pushing the diaphragm down. And then on the exhale, bringing the diaphragm back up and allowing the breath to exit the nostrils out the nose. When you breathe in a natural state through the nose and into the diaphragm, you're activating the parasympathetic nervous system, which is the rest and restore part of our system. It allows us to relax, it allows us to heal. But when you breathe in a synthetic way, which is breathing through the mouth and into the chest, that's the unnatural way of breathing. And when we breathe from the mouth into the chest, we activate the fight or flight nervous system, the sympathetic nervous system, which allows us to operate with high stress, high anxiety, high tension, and potentially leading to physical illness or mental illness. Because of so many synthetic things in our modern day society in 2026, right? Television screens, phone screens, being glued to all these applications, dating apps, social media, videos, etc. Also working in very high stress environments, having very busy work days. Most people these days work very hard, work long hours, right? Not having as much intimacy, having a lot of distractions and different skills to acquire. Because we're not living in our natural state of just spending time in nature, moving slowly, moving spaciously like we were designed and born to do, our breathing patterns have shifted. And they've shifted from that natural state of nose into the diaphragm to, because of the stress and synthetic life we live, an unnatural state of mouth to the chest. So it's really important as you're looking at how do I connect with my nature to look at your breathing patterns, because they actually have a very high impact on your quality of life, on your inner peace, on your calm, on your self-confidence. The way you breathe can impact that so much. So this is just a reminder that breathing in your natural state can impact so many areas of your life. Another example, and this is a big reason why at Men of Mastery, what I talk about and we do what we do, is coming back to our natural state as men and as women in relationships together. And that's our masculine state as men and feminine state as women. It's the same concept. It's coming back to nature. You come back to a natural state when you're a man to lead, to make decisions, to have a vision, to take action, to penetrate, to have power, to be a leader, to be a decision maker. All those things are your natural state. Your synthetic state, the nice guy syndrome state, is one of people pleasing, insecurity, getting approval seeking, getting validation seeking, being needy, putting others on a pedestal, right? That's your synthetic state. And that's why so many men have become emasculated and feminized in the last 20 to 30 years, because we used to be in our natural state. And now, because of social media, because of Hollywood, because of political ideals and narratives, what we learn in school, what we learn in the household, we've become feminized men, feminized boys, and that takes us away from our natural state into our synthetic state. The same goes with women. A woman's natural state is to be in flow, to be in the moment, to be in her body, to be feeling, sensing, flowing, moving, not to be thinking, planning, working, mental, going to the gym. No, the feminine nature is to feel, to be in her emotions, to be in her heart, to be in her sensuality. And I would say beyond feminism, over the last 60 years since the start, Women have been told to be more like men, right? Be a leader, be a decision maker, be a go-getter. And it goes against their natural state. And this is why you see a lot of women in 2026 who are in their synthetic state of the boss babe syndrome, right? Being a leader, being strong, not needing a man, creating their own lives, not opening her heart, not opening her emotions, not opening her sensuality. And that's led to a lot of suffering for women. So men and women both have been pulled away by social narratives and social factors from our natural state. And that's for men to be masculine, to lead, to make decisions, and to be in their power. And for women to be feminine, to be in their hearts, their emotions, and their sensuality. The impact on mental health is immense. There's a reason why mental health rates have been skyrocketing for women for the last 40 years. Ever since I've been alive, I've been hearing that mental health rates have been increasing for women. It's because women have been told to be more masculine, to be less feminine, and to be pulled away from her natural state and into this synthetic state of boss babe syndrome. And over the last 20 to 30 years, mental health rates have been skyrocketing for men, because over the last 20 to 30 years, men have been told to be feminized, to not be toxic masculine, to be soft, to be permissive, to be permission seeking, right? Approval seeking. And that has led to a rise in mental health issues for men. So when, as men and women, whether it's single by ourselves or in relationship with each other, it's essential that we come back to our natural state of masculine men and feminine women. We do this not because it's cool or something you see in the movies or some old patriarchal concept. No, we do this because our natural state means we're more in our peace, we're more empowered, both as men and women. And when we're in our peace, when we're happy, and when we're empowered, what happens? Our mental health skyrockets. So I'd love for you guys to look at what other areas that I didn't even speak to, where you might be in a synthetic state instead of your natural state. We talked about so many different examples, right? Being in nature, eating healthy foods, getting your mind right, your mind empty, calm, and at ease, processing your emotions so you can be stoic, having a spiritual connection to a higher power, right? Having an open heart, being in your masculinity as a man, your femininity as a woman. All these things are what it means to be closer to your natural state as opposed to synthetic state. And whenever you have to decide how to live your life, who to be, how to live your daily lifestyle, what kind of lifestyle to carry, the answer is nearly always going to be, you will be healthier, you'll be calmer, you'll be more peaceful and more empowered when you choose the natural way instead of the synthetic way. So I want you, after this video, to think about what areas that I spoke about, or maybe some areas that I didn't speak about. What other areas are there that you are not in your natural state, that you are letting society pull you into a synthetic state, and you are suffering because you are resisting what it means to be human, and you're resisting your natural state? Gentlemen, if you want to progress in life, if you want your mental health to progress, if you want to self-optimize your mind and body, if you want to succeed in relationships with women, in business, and in health, you typically do best when you find your natural state. Do things the natural way, and you'll do things the right way.